Okay, let's get to work and talk about team members, what you should be hiring first. So, this is not what I have done per se, although somewhat it is. This is somewhat of what I've done, and then really like a lot of what I should have done. And now that I know better what I would do, a lot of this I did though, but whatever. This is what you should do. This is your ideal first 5 hires, your ideal first 5 team members. Okay, team member number 1. Okay, team member number 1, personal life assistant. Scary, right? You've got a personal assistant now. You got some mindset you got to do here. You got to work through some feelings that come up about you, insert your name, having a personal assistant. Some big girl stuff over here. All right. They're going to do things like laundry, meals, cleaning, car maintenance, etc., etc. Key thing here. This is going to be the key point for every role. What are you doing instead? Work on your business, specifically IGAs, income generating activities. If you're an older client now, student, you'll recognize that term. IGAs, income generating activities. There are things you do specifically in your business that generate income. There are things you do in your business that do not generate income. Only do the things that generate income. I talk about this a lot in my courses. Only do the things that generate income. The things I teach you to do in any one of my courses, all of them, honestly, are going to help you generate income. Do those things. If I see you in Canva designing the cover of a PDF, I will find where you live and I will show you a better way to do it. Do not be doing stuff in Canva. You will not make money with things in Canva. Do not be learning with this time. Like 99% of you shouldn't be learning with this time. You should be going out and getting rejected in some way, shape, or form by having a post flop, by having a sales call not go the way you want, by having an ad not do as well as you would have hoped. Because that's how you grow and that's how you get better and that's how you generate revenue. The work you're going to do with this personal assistant clearing up, you're going to wish you were doing laundry. That's the point. It's going to be scary stuff, but it's going to make you money. 2, you're going to hire a virtual business assistant. Be really intentional with who you hire here. Do not hire anyone. Be really mindful. Key things to look for here is, are they in their language talking about how their job is to get stuff off your plate so you can make money? Every VA says they want to take stuff off your plate. Does this virtual business assistant that you're hiring understand that you are going to use this time to make more money? That's a really good sign. Okay. You're going to get the business equivalent of laundry off your plate. What's the business equivalent of laundry? It's basic email reply, basic content posting. We'll just say content scheduling. It's like simple finance things, simple like any organizational stuff that you need to do. Organized. That's fine. Basically, 20 an hour tasks or less. I'm not saying you need to pay this VA $20 an hour for tasks or less. You can also go to ChatGPT and be like, what are some virtual business tasks? But identify in your business, what are the things that you're doing that take a lot of time per week that make you less than $20 an hour? That's what you give to a VA. What are you going to do with this time? Use this time specifically. This is a very specific thing you need to do here. To get more like sales or customers. That's your job. So now you freed up probably, let's just say they did this one did 2 to 4 hours a week. And this is a really important point that I meant to say earlier, and I'm so glad I remember to say now. This does not happen linearly. Jesus. This does not happen in a linear fashion, where every personal item in your life is outsourced, then you hire the virtual business assistant. Try to get 2 to 4 hours of personal life assistant stuff off your plate, then bring on the business assistant. So in other words, it's going to reach a point where you've freed up so much, like your personal assistant has freed up so much time that you've gone then and you've extra time, but you're going to naturally fill it with lower level tasks. So think of it like stages. Okay, stage 1, make some progress in outsourcing personalized stuff. Then I'm going to make some progress in outsourcing this virtual business assistant stuff. So I'm going to get 6 out of my 12 stupid tasks in the business off my plate. But you don't want to wait until every single little task is outsourced, or like I still, like you saw, okay, a great example is like I'm only just now properly offloading, outsourcing the cooking. But that's a low level task that I should have outsourced a long time ago. So it happens like almost cyclically, like where you're rinsing and repeating. You keep analyzing or doing an analysis on each section of these 5 team members, there's 5 roles that I'm going to give you, and keep saying, oh, I can pull that off now. I can get rid of that. I can delegate that. So it doesn't happen where 100% of your personal life tasks are outsourced. Then you go on and move on to 100% virtual assistant tasks. It happens a little chunk at a time. I think I was like tripping over myself. This is a really important point. Okay. I've been talking for a long time. Okay, next. Sorry. These courses, you guys, take it out of me. Okay, this is exciting. This is where I start to get excited, because the personal life assistant is literally getting the laundry out of your life, and then the virtual business assistant is getting the business equivalent of laundry out of your life. So I feel like now we get to the more exciting thing. This is a very specific role. A junior marketing assistant. Okay. So this assistant is going to take over tasks you've already mastered. So take over mastered tasks. Things that you have done so well that you can easily outsource it, and you will know if this person is doing well in the role or they're flopping in the role. So they're higher level tasks. It could be things like helping decide marketing campaigns, starting to help you run ads, assuming like helping you scale your ads. So you've been, running ads. By the way, guys, all of you watching this course, if you want to get customers faster, go run ads. I know this is not related. I'm going to put in the description a link to how to do that. We have had such a big push of our students running ads recently, and they're getting sales right away. There's never been a better time to start as a beginner running ads. I don't know what might have changed, but it is, in my opinion, a no-brainer to start running ads. No matter what level you're at, you can start for $5 or $3 a day, and you can get sales. Like, students are getting sales within, like, they turn ads on like 4 hours later. They're getting sales 24 hours later. Like, it's happening really fast. So just as a side note, if you're like, okay, I would love some more money coming in, go run ads. The junior marketing assistant would help you with that. They'd be like, okay, Maria, I need 6 videos of you with this is like in the videos, because I'm thinking we should run these kind of ads, or I think we should turn this on, or I think we should scale this up, or I think we should make this change. So just a junior marketing assistant that are going to take over master tasks, things you already know how to do and you know how to do them well. You just want to level up, and you're trying to get a level up better. So what you are going to do, believe it or not, is you're going to use this time. This is going to surprise you, but I'm going to explain why. You're going to use this time to service your customers. This is exactly what I did, and did really, really well. And one of the big reasons why I got to $1 million is I hired, so basically, like, I'll draw this out. Let me just finish this last role, and then we're going to go over all this stuff, okay? So I want to explain how this all works. So your final, okay. Yeah. So there's 2 more roles we're going to hire out. The next role, well, number 4, is product delivery. So you have now gotten really, really good at handling all your new customers. You know how to get them really good results. You know how to service them in whatever that looks like for you. Now you've mastered that. You've mastered the art of a good customer experience. You've mastered the art of like giving the customers what they want. Don't skip that stage. I'm going to come back to this. But because now you're going to get some of this off your plate. So get customer delivery off your plate. And you can do that because you actually spent the time to master it. Now you know your customers are going to be properly taken care of. Okay. Now you're going to use this new time to get way more customers, aka skip. Okay, so I want to draw this out. And by the way, the last role, that's 4 and then 5. The last role is basically like an operations manager. My Wendy, basically. Because the back end stuff at this stage is on fire. So back end is on fire, and you really need help with the back end stuff at this stage. So let me show you what this looks like. Okay, let's just like zoom out here for a second. I can. So we start with the personal life assistant. She helps with laundry. She helps with meals. She helps with cleaning. Frees you up to work on your business, like IGAs, income generating activities. Then you are like, okay, I got some clients. I got some money coming in with this extra 2 to 4 hours a week. I need to free up some of this time here because, man, if I just had an extra couple hours, so I'll just put like another 2 to 6, honestly, hours with this virtual business assistant a week. I could just have an extra 2 hours a week where I could work. That would be amazing. That would make such a difference. I could then like double the amount of customers I'm bringing in. Then you bring on the junior marketing assistant. I think at this stage, I would say a minimum of 4 hours a week. Minimum. 10 is probably closer to what it would be. At 10 is probably closer to what it would be, but I'd say minimum for sure 4, where she's taking over mastered tasks, things that you've done really, really well. And what happens is you now have a lot of customers pouring in. If you don't use this time to take good care of your customers, you will ruin your reputation. This is what happens to people who like you maybe know or know of, where they see some growth, they see some success, they're starting to make a name for themselves, they're getting really good at bringing in customers, and it is a shit show in the back end. Maybe you've invested in a coach like that before. What I believe this coach probably, you know, and there's any number of them. Frankly, there's more coaches like this than there are good coaches. So what I think happens is at this stage, they offboard, but they don't offboard the right thing. They offboard product delivery too soon because they don't want to take good care of their customers, honestly. Like, it's hard work to take good care of your customers. And so I think they offboard it too soon, and they delegate the 4th level. They delegate product delivery when they should be delegating marketing delivery first. You can't properly delegate product delivery and taking care of your customers until you've done it really well and mastered it. So when you delegate that too soon and you take your hands off the delivery, all you're doing is bringing in, right, because you're doing the marketing. So all you're doing is bringing in more and more customers that are not going to be taken care of well, which is with you long-term and your reputation long-term. So instead, have a junior marketing assistant to free up some of your marketing time. Don't take your pedal off the marketing wheel. Just outsource the stuff you've mastered, the mid-level stuff, while you go and figure out how to master product delivery. This is how I've created raving fans. Every time I like tease a new course launch, like literally this today, I posted to my story, filming my new course today. Guess the topic. I literally posted this a couple hours ago. One of the first replies was, let me read it exactly. It was doesn't matter gonna buy regardless. This one right here, doesn't matter, gonna buy regardless. That, and I get that everywhere, every time. That's because I mastered product delivery. So then once you've mastered product delivery, then you can properly delegate it where it makes sense to. In my case, for example, it made sense to just like completely automate the product delivery and sell courses instead of like coaching, which worked for me. But you decide that. There's no wrong answer. It's just like, okay, at a certain point, you have too many customers for you to handle by yourself. You got to outsource it in one way, shape, or form. But now you know the right way to do that because you've mastered it. And then finally, so you've outsourced the mid-level marketing stuff. You're still doing the high-level marketing stuff. You never stop doing the high-level marketing stuff at this stage of business. Eventually, once you get to a certain level, then you do have to take your foot off the gas, which is sad. But for now, you keep doing your marketing, and then you properly delegate product delivery, and then finally, you are really at this point where you really need an operations manager to help with all the back end stuff because you have so much going on. You have so many different internal problems. You have so many different things that aren't structured and streamlined that you just really need someone to help you manage everything. You just need another you, basically, and an operations manager is that way to get that. If you do it this way, your team members pay for themselves. This breaks down when you don't work on the pink things. If you don't, at stage 1, work on your business income generating activities. If you don't hyper focus and use this time very specifically to get more clients. If you don't use this time to service your existing customers and the new ones that are coming in. If you don't use this time to get way more customers, the whole thing breaks down. And we see that a lot where people hire for the wrong roles at the wrong time, and then they do the wrong things with the time that gets freed up, and they're like, why am I having no money? What is happening? And so that's what we want to prevent. So this is your ideal first 5 team members. The thing, in case you're curious, I basically stuck to this exactly. The only thing I skipped was this, and this was really stupid to skip because I had to work through all the things we talked about in the first module. It was one of the biggest ways I plateaued my own growth and took forever to do anything. So that's the only thing I did wrong. Other than this, I followed this perfectly, and that's why that's like a one thing I think I did really, really well when I hired. But I would have just tacked this on first because this makes sense. This just makes sense. And now that it's almost like I didn't know before. I just didn't know. But now you know. So that's what I would recommend.